What's up, everybody? This is Ryan Rude with another episode of the Rude Awakening. Y'all ever wonder why bad things happen to good people? I mean, we see it all the time. You a good person, right? You do things for people. You go to church, you pay your tithes, you make sure that everybody's happy, you take care of your business, you pay all the bills in your household, you make sure your wife and kids straight, or you make sure your husband and kids straight. Everybody that you seem to help, they seem to get something out of it and you get nothing out of it. You ever had that feeling? Are you still having those thoughts? Quit fucking being the bigger person all the time then. There's a lot of, for one, first of all, being a good person is a perception, okay? Is a perception. For instance, I would like to think that I'm a good person. I try to help people out when I can. I do. I don't do it as much as I used to though because I don't feel obligated to. I got tired of this shit. It seems like when you do the right thing, other people seem to benefit from it, but you don't. And then you end up feeling left out, lonely, like you got the short end of the stick, like you get stabbed in the back, all those type feelings. Stop being the bigger person all the time. Stop thinking that you can help everybody because you can't. Well, really you can't. You can try, but just think about it. Being a good person is a perception. And most of the time, being a good person, for most people, not everybody, but for most people, it come is a good old book that you can buy at any store that was written a long, long time ago before any of us were born that tells you how to be a good person. And y'all know what book I'm talking about. And it's like I've said in previous episodes, don't live by that one book. You can if you want to, but I wouldn't. Because sometimes, see, the thing is, when you try to please everybody or you try to be the bigger person all the time, you set yourself up for failure. There's no other way to put it. It's a time and a place to be the bigger person. If someone is constantly disrespecting you or making your life a living hell, making things difficult for you, don't be the bigger person all the time, because what happens is that when you try to be the bigger person too much, people learn to cut your legs from under you. When you ignore people all the time, people will find if they're that hell bent on you being miserable. Like I said in the last episode, misery loves company. If somebody is miserable and wants you to be miserable, they're gonna find a way for you to be miserable. They're gonna find a way to get you out of your character. And you gonna get out of your character because you're human. Even if you don't show it towards them, you gonna get out of your character in some way, shape, or form. We all humans, ain't nobody here robots. However, human beings are very cognitive of certain things that they're doing. You have some stupid people out here, but some of these stupid people are not as stupid as you think. I do believe that everybody has an area of expertise. That's why you have doctors, lawyers, and all that. But there's also why you have cult leaders as well. Some people use their expertise to their advantage. Well, you're supposed to use it to your advantage, but they use it to harm others as opposed to help others. And it's very important to stay the fuck away from those people. I'm telling you. Because the thing about it, if you always want to take the high road, which we all want to take the high road a lot of times, but understand the difference between taking the high road and being a damn fool. If you're taking the high road all the time and you're not getting anywhere, you probably need to quit taking the fucking high road sometimes. I know some people that are great people, that I consider great people. Like I said, it's a perception. This is my perception of them. That are great people. They jump at the chance to help anybody, have helped me out in my life. But the thing is, they're miserable, and they always complaining, which complaining is not a bad thing. That word gets a bad connotation. But they're always complaining about, I don't understand why this keeps happening to me. Why me? Why me? Why you is because you keep trying to help people. Ain't no wrong with helping somebody every now and then. Ain't no wrong with ignoring stupid people every now and then. But sometimes you gotta put some bitch in their place. You have to. You have to be able to stand up for yourself. And I know a lot of people frown on it, but it is what it is. It's about you at the end of the day. It's not about them. And if you're always hearing people say, or people are always telling you, you need to be the bigger person, and you know you've done that a lot of times, quit being a fucking bigger person and stand up for yourself. That turn the other cheek shit does not work, y'all. It doesn't work in every situation. Sometimes you have to. For example, let's just say you at the mall or your grocery store or whatever. Let's just say you at the grocery store, all right? And somebody cut in front of you. It's a nice little line and somebody cuts in front of you. That's something that you could probably be the bigger person with, because you may never see that person again. So that's something that you can let go, and instead of getting into a confrontation with the person. That's one thing. But if you working at a job and this same coworker is constantly fucking with you and making your work experience miserable, you need to do something about that. Don't ignore them. I know that they told y'all on the slave ship that you supposed to, if you ignore people, everything is okay. I know they said that on the slave ship, but hop off that fucking slave ship. And yes, I'm talking about a slave ship in 2021 because a lot of people still live on. I just not too long ago got off of it. I didn't even realize I was on the slave ship until we sailed past an area where people were fucking happy. For real, for real. And people that thought for themselves instead of things that were taught. And I'm not saying disregard everything that you're taught. But the thing is, if you're taught something and it does not work, and you continuously end up in the same situation, feeling left out, feeling depressed, you might need to change what the fuck you're doing. You may think that the road to hell was made with good intentions. Think about that. That's a saying that I heard, and it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. You know, the road to hell was made with good intentions, and you might, if something is not working, change it. And a lot of times it is about being a bigger person or trying to be a good person. Like for instance, I've had several situations in my life, like when I was married. I paid all the bills. I'm not saying I was perfect, but I didn't cheat or nothing. I ain't put my hands on or anything like that. Yes, there are some things that I could have done better. But I pretty much figured that I didn't deserve what I got when she left. You know, it was it was pretty embarrassing the way that she left. You know, had other guys driving my car and cheating on me and doing God knows what. I didn't deserve that. The lesson that I learned, that's when I think I was like 23, 22, 23 years old at the time. So about 12 years ago. The lesson that I learned from that, you can't be good to everybody. You can't be good to everybody. You can't fix everybody. You can't fix everything. Just if you have a problem with your toilet, you gonna call the plumber unless you know how to fix it. You know, if you have a problem with your electrical devices, you gonna take it to an electrician, or you gonna call an electrician if you're having a problem with electricity in your house, unless you know how to fix it. Everybody don't know how to fix everything, and that goes for fixing other people too. That's a whole nother motherfucking person that you trying to fix. And then sometimes you just have to put people in their place and let them know I am not to be fucked with. You got to let people know that. You can't ignore everybody. Because you got, it is some people that it is some people that ignoring them with work because all they want is attention. Or you have some people that usually carry themselves in a respectful manner and they're just having one of them days it's just not a good day and they go off on you or something like that. Most of those people though, they apologize once they make a mistake. That's one thing. You ain't gotta go off on every single person either. It's not worth your energy. But some motherfuckers, you just gotta put the fear of God in them. I'm just being honest. Because that's the only way that they will leave you alone. That's the only way they can go find somebody else to fuck with. Because miserable people, or people that just have to get you, people that just have to take advantage of you, they prey on the weak. They're not gonna try anyone who they feel is stronger than them. They're gonna try somebody that is even weaker minded than them. And that's the thing. You can be a good person and still be weak minded. Keep that in mind. You have to know when to defend yourself, and that doesn't always mean physically. Sometimes it might, but usually psychological. If you defend yourself psychologically or emotionally, well, I'm gonna say psychologically. Usually, if you fuck with somebody's mind, they'll leave you alone. Basically, what I'm saying. You might not kick their ass. You might not be able to kick their ass, but you make them think that you can kick their ass or worse. Now, ass whooping is not the worst thing that can happen to somebody in this world. Because you can get your ass kicked, come back the next day doing the same shit. Some people, ass whooping don't work. But when you fuck with somebody psychologically, then that's where you got them by the balls. And they'll leave you alone. But stop thinking that you got to be the bigger person or take the high road in every situation. Sometimes that high road is letting the motherfucker know what it is. And then everybody want to say, oh, you didn't have to do it like that. Yes, you fucking did. Because that's what it's all about. Getting people to leave you the fuck alone. And if you stand up for yourself and that person decides, especially when it comes to a person you're in a relationship with, not just an intimate relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, but family member, friend, whoever the fuck it is. If defending yourself against their bullshit is gonna cause them not to like you or not be your friend, then fuck them. Fuck them. Now, some of these people will see the error of their ways and come back and apologize. Some people won't. That's okay. If you can't apologize when you're wrong, if a person cannot apologize to you when they're wrong, they do not belong in your life. Because we all make mistakes. We all make bad judgments. Hell, I'm 35 years old. I know I made some mistakes as a bad judgment. I'm probably make some more because I don't know every fucking thing. I have people that come to me and say, you think you know everything, don't you? No, motherfucker, but I know what I know. I know what I know. And in my 35 years, for the better part of that 35 years, I was trying to be the big person in every situation. Take the high road, ignore people. Man, fuck all that. Now, what I have been able to do for myself is get the fuck away from people as much as possible. And to me, that helped me. That may not help everybody. So, getting away from people if you can, I understand that it's not always possible. But getting away from people sometimes, that way you ain't got nobody to take the high road with. You ain't got nobody fucking with you. You taking time to yourself before you hurt somebody. People need to understand, like, but yeah, don't feel obligated to be the bigger person, take the high road all the time, y'all. Learn how to stand up for yourself, please. And that don't, like I say, that don't mean you gotta whoop somebody's ass. You ain't always gotta whoop somebody's ass. Some people deserve their ass whoop. Somebody gonna whoop their ass. So that's pretty much my spiel for the day, y'all. Y'all be good and quit taking a high road of being a bigger person to people who do not deserve it. And do not let other people define who you are as a person. If you know you're a good person, like I said, it is a perception. It is a perception. Sometimes you're not as good as you think you are. Sometimes you can be a good person by other people's standards, but you can be a damn fool too. So don't get so caught up in trying to be a good person from other people's perceptions, because perceptions pretty much run this world a lot of times. That's just like the perception of right and wrong. You know, really the only definite right or wrong is the direction. You know, if you driving to California and you going to New York, or you headed to New York, you are not going the right way. You're going the wrong way. So when it comes to direction, yeah, there is such thing as right and wrong. But when it comes to morality, moral issues, all of that shit is perception. And then little bastards like to say, well, two wrongs don't make a right. Yeah, that's true. Neither does one. Neither does one. So once a wrong is presented into a situation, the gates are unlocked. So if you had the fucking balls to go to somebody and do something wrong that you know that's wrong, was gonna make them feel unpleasant, that is unprovoked. Now that's my definition of wrong. You know, when it outside of directions, that's my definition of wrong. So if you go to somebody, you do something wrong, expect whatever the fuck you get coming towards you. Some people do take things too far. You know, just because somebody come up to you and slap you, don't mean you got to pull out a gun and shoot them. But motherfucker, that means that you might want to think about before you go up and slap somebody. You don't know what they're gonna do. That's the thing. You don't get to start a conflict and determine the outcome. You don't get to do that. I know a lot of people think that that's okay, but it's not. That's how motherfuckers get hurt out here. Start shit with people just because they feeling some type of way about themselves. So they go start with the wrong motherfucker. Then you see it on the news all the time. Oh, I can't believe they shot my baby. I don't be feeling sorry for these motherfuckers. Like I say, I feel bad for the family because they the ones who got to deal with the bullshit that comes with losing a loved one. But if your loved one did somebody, they done hurt somebody and all that shit, I don't be feeling bad for them motherfuckers. I just look at it and say, just like the old folks say, Oh, what was that damn? It was one of them damn old shows where lady used to always say, That's all I say. I can't remember the name of the show right now. But that, you know, if you go around provoking people, provocation has consequences. So you might want to think about that, because everybody is not going to be the bigger person. That's something to think about. So if you having a bad day, like we all do, something happened to you, you know, the main thing, it'd be like an authority figure or something, or someone you consider an authority to piss you off. You can't take your frustrations out on them because you might lose your job. It's mainly with jobs. You might lose your job or something, so you go take it out on other people that didn't do shit to you. When you take your frustrations out on people that didn't do shit to you, somebody gonna eventually do something to your ass. Something to think about. The bigger person. Bigger person, my ass. I hear that a lot. I don't hear it as much as I used to because I done let people know that's close to me, I'm done being the bigger person. Now, if it's a situation that's a 50-50 thing, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying never apologize, and I'm not saying you have to be hostile towards people who do things to you. It is levels to it. Like I say, I use the example at the grocery store in the line. You know, that's something small. But if somebody break into your house or something like that, you have every fucking right to put a hole in their ass. If somebody has the nerve to break into your house, and I'm just using that as an example, you have every right and reason to put a hole straight in their ass or in their chest or in their head or wherever you like to shoot it, wherever your target area is. And I know that sound mean. You ain't got to kill them. You might as well. I mean, why do we show sympathy to people who don't give a fuck about us? Don't get me wrong. I might pray for those people and hope that they see a better day. But if let them some bitch break into my house, I'm blow a hole in their ass. And not give a fuck about it. I'm still gonna sleep well at night. And if I don't sleep well at night, it's gonna be because I'm kind of worried. Like, damn, is this shit gonna happen again? But it's not for them. Fuck them. Quit giving a damn about people who don't give a damn about you. And that doesn't happen overnight. You know, none of this stuff I'm saying happens overnight. It took me a long time to quit giving a fuck about people who didn't give a fuck about me. But I finally reached that level in my life, and I'm able to accomplish really things that I didn't think I was gonna be able to accomplish at my age. Like, honestly, I thought I'd been on a slave ship too long. I missed everything, but I haven't. I just had to get the fuck away from people who didn't give a damn about me. If somebody don't give a damn about your peace and your serenity, your way of being, why is you gonna give a fuck about them? Or better yet, why is you gonna make the extra effort to make sure they okay? Is it for a reward in the afterlife? Is it that? Hell no. You know, that's why bad things happen to good people, because of shit like that. But that's all I got for this episode. My name is Rain Rude. Please like, please subscribe. Please let me know what you think about what I said. Are you going through something right now where you're a good person? You do your best to help people and make people feel good. You do everything for everybody else but yourself, and wondering why no favors ain't coming your way. You done prayed about it and all that there. You wondering why? Let me know in the comment section. Hit that like button. You hit the dislike button. You can subscribe. Please subscribe. Please spread the word. Like I'm trying to spread. I'm trying to spread the word. Help you out a little bit. You can also follow me on Twitter at Rain Rude. Please. But my name is Rain Rude, and I'm going to holler at you.